person that comes to my mind as I talk to you about this is a brother bishop of mine who died, Bishop Oscar Romero in El Salvador. And you see, that's an incredible story about this bishop. Because he was made a bishop because he was safe. He's not going to rock the boat. He'll do whatever we tell him to do. And he was appointed a bishop because he was going to really expect it to keep things going. And that was his nature. We're all different. It can't be the same old. And yet as soon afterwards that he became a bishop, one of his great friends, a Jesuit, and two of the lay leaders in one of the parishes were killed, were massacred by the army, by the government. What was he going to do? You are the bishop. You are the leader. And he tells us in his story that he went and saw the dead body of his Jesuit friend and the two lay people. And he says, I can't remain silent. I can't just say nothing. I have to stand for what is good and right and true and just. So he started. And he started to say things as they were. He started to tell the truth, based on the gospel of Jesus, but to tell the truth. This, what is going in our country, this is right, but this is not right. And many people are getting really savagely being beaten and murdered. This can't go on. Who is going to talk and who's going to speak on behalf of these people? And of course, when you start doing that, you're going to receive threats. When you start to do that, people are not going to like you. When you start to do that, people are going to try to shut you up and make you silent. And you know how he died? And he knew he was going to die. Because he received so many death threats. But he couldn't stop, and his cathedral became chock-a-block with people, Sunday after Sunday. The cathedral wasn't big enough, so they had to sort of put loudspeakers out of the cathedral in the main square. And the people came to hear the word of the shepherd. But of course, among the people who came to hear the word of the shepherd, there were also those people who were there to condemn him and to plan his assassination. And one day he went to say Mass in a hospital. And during consecration, at the moment when we are most vulnerable, holding the host, vulnerable like that, he was shot through the heart. And that's how he died. And in my room I've got a picture of John Paul II kneeling in front of his tomb, another bishop. My friends, that's courage. Courage when you know that you are going to know the consequences and you get scared. But because of our faith in Jesus Christ, we keep going. And that is my prayer for you and for me, that we develop that courage. Because courage can help us to grow. Courage has got many positives about it. It has also anxieties at times with it, but courage has a lot of positives. And I'm going to mention at least a couple of positives. The first one is this. Courage will help us identify the real fears from the unreasonable fears, if you know what I mean. I don't know about you, but sometimes we are conditioned by so many fears around us that we create sometimes, or because of things that happened around us. And we conditioned that we are really afraid of our past, that the past may catch up with us. We are afraid of the present life because people are sort of, we think that people are against us. And we are afraid of the future, what the future is going to be like. And we become paralyzed. Have you been there? Have you been there? Are you still there? Of course we are. And we try, and courage will give us that kind of discernment. What are the real fears that I need to face and take seriously? Because many of my fears really are not that important.